Hello BGMI warriors, welcome back to our channel, where we dive deep into the world of BattleGrounds Mobile India, also known as BGMI. I'm your host, and today we have an exciting topic to discuss, which is how to find the best playstyle in BGMI. Now, BGMI is all about survival, strategy and adapting to different situations. With so many playstyles to choose from, it can be overwhelming to find the one that suits you best. But fear not, because we've got you covered, so let's dive right in. Step 1. Understanding playstyles. Before we jump into finding the best playstyle, it's crucial to understand the different playstyles available in BGMI. In BGMI there are 4 main gaming playstyles. Let's briefly go over them. Aggressive playstyle. This playstyle involves actively seeking out engagements, pushing enemies, and taking risks to secure kills and loot. For example, dropping into high-traffic areas like Pochinki or school apartments, and engaging in fights early on. Defensive playstyle. A more cautious approach, focusing on survival and positioning. This playstyle involves avoiding unnecessary fights and prioritizing strategic positioning. For example, choosing quieter drop locations like Gatka or Milta, and focusing on looting and positioning before engaging in fights. Stealthy playstyle. This playstyle emphasizes staying hidden, using stealth tactics, and ambushing opponents. For example, dropping into remote locations like Jorgopal crates or Severny, looting silenced weapons and sneaking up on unsuspecting enemies. Supportive playstyle. This playstyle involves providing cover fire, healing teammates, and assisting the team rather than being the primary fragger. For example, focusing on providing cover fire during engagements, and prioritizing healing and reviving teammates. Step 2. Self-assessment. Now that we understand the different playstyles, it's time for some self-assessment. Ask yourself these 3 important questions. First question, what are your strengths as a player? Are you good at close quarters combat, long-range sniping, or providing support to your team? For example, if you excel at close quarters combat, the aggressive playstyle might suit you best. Second question, what is your preferred weapon type? Are you comfortable with assault rifles, sniper rifles, shotguns or SMGs? For example, if you prefer sniper rifles, a more defensive or stealthy playstyle might be suitable for you. Last question, how do you handle high-pressure situations? Are you calm and collected or more impulsive? For example, if you tend to make impulsive decisions under pressure, a defensive playstyle might help you stay composed and make better decisions. Overall, analyzing your strengths and preferences will help you to determine which playstyle suits you best. Step 3. Analyzing gameplay. Once you have a sense of your preferences, it's time to analyze your gameplay. Here's what you should do. Review your previous matches. Watch your gameplay recordings or replays to identify patterns. Pay attention to your decision-making, positioning and engagements. For example, if you notice that you are consistently engaging in fights early on and securing multiple kills, it indicates more aggressive playstyle. Analyze your kill-to-death ratio. This gives you an idea of your aggression level and how successful you are in engagements. For example, if your kill-to-death ratio is high, it suggests that an aggressive playstyle might be suitable for you. Assess your survival rate. Take note of how long you survive in matches. This will help to determine if you lean towards a defensive or aggressive playstyle. For example, if you consistently survive until the late game, that indicates a more defensive playstyle. By analyzing your gameplay, you can identify areas for improvement and understand which playstyle aligns with your strengths. Step 4. Experimentation. Now that you have a better understanding of your gameplay, now it's time to experiment with different playstyles, and here is how. Aggressive playstyle. Drop into high-traffic areas, engage in fights, and practice your close quarters combat skills. For example, drop into hotspots like bootcamp or Pochinki and actively seek out engagements. Defensive playstyle. Choose quieter drop locations, focus on survival, and practice positioning and map awareness. For example, drop into less crowded areas like Razak or Milta, prioritize looting and positioning, and avoid unnecessary fights. Stealthy playstyle. Choose quieter drop locations, prioritize looting silenced weapons, and practice sneaking up on opponents. For example, drop into remote areas like Jerky or Primors, loot silenced weapons like the VSS or suppressed SMGs, and use stealth tactics to surprise enemies. Supportive playstyle. Play in squads or duos, focus on providing cover fire, healing teammates, and practicing communication skills. For example, play with a team, prioritize healing and reviving teammates, and provide cover fire during engagements. Overall, experimenting with different playstyles will help you understand which one feels most comfortable and suits your gameplay style. Step 5. Refining your playstyle. After experimenting with different playstyles, it's time to refine and specialize. Here's what you can do. Focus on your strengths. Identify the playstyle that aligns with your strengths and hone those skills further. For example, if you excel at long-range sniping, focus on a defensive or stealthy playstyle that allows you to utilize your sniping skills effectively. Learn from the pros. Watch professional BGMI players who excel in your preferred playstyle. Study their strategies, decision-making, and positioning. Practice regularly. Regularly play matches focusing on your chosen playstyle to improve your gameplay. For example, if you decide on a defensive playstyle, practice positioning, map awareness and decision-making in various matches. That's all for today's video, gamers. By understanding the different playstyles, analyzing your gameplay, experimenting, and refining, you can find the best playstyle that suits you in BGMI. Remember, it's all about finding what works best for you and having fun while doing it. Good luck on the battlegrounds, and until next time, keep gaming.